Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, and I think I'm going to go downstairs and talk to Moedred, because talking to people named Moedred has never turned bad. I have also cracked open the last soda, in this case a root beer, in my house, so after this I'll probably going and doing some shopping. And it's not only the last soda, it's... No, I have packets of hot cocoa, so I do have other drinks. I am rambling about my daily life. I wonder if that will attract or drive away people. Hmm. Let's see. I want to get more information about Helgig. I forget what Dalton told me about him. Belisage.
Hello.
Woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures, mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. Kosai, here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the kiss standing in front of me. What can I do for you? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Sublimating pre-awakened souls has been one of Animancy's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. What? Huh? She nods her lip. But the truth is that I find few suitable subjects here. Waydwin's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. I fear I will return to Revua with nothing to show for my efforts. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study, I'm afraid. I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli, souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. But I thank you for the offer. I'd like to know more about... Hey, Aloth! Can we, bring you up here? I'd like to know more about Animancy and the Valiant Republics. It's a dynamic and respected field. Even the Bale Reach incident did little to slow it. People in the Republics are more accepting of risk, less superstitious, ready to try anything that shows promise. But Animancy has potential to do great harm. I'm not sure whether the benefits outweigh the dangers. To be honest, anything that has the potential to do great good also has the potential to do great harm. You can't have one side without the other. There is nothing that is going to be wholly beneficial. Which is why you have to go into every sort of research very carefully. The main problem a lot of the stuff on science fiction movies has is not like, let's say Jurassic Park cloning dinosaurs. The idea of cloning extinct animals in and of itself is even dinosaurs, even though it's impossible the way they talk about it. You cannot get enough DNA from fossils. There is no DNA in the amber. You cannot get enough DNA from the fossils anyway. But, because there is none. But even if it were possible to do it the way Jurassic Park suggests you could do it, cloning extinct animals, even dinosaurs, is not in and of itself a bad idea. There's actually some research going on to clone some animals that have gone extinct within historical times. But that, again, is not a terrible idea. The reason it doesn't work in Jurassic Park is not because, we should not mess with nature. The reason it does not work in Jurassic Park is because that's not a scientific... They weren't running a scientific experiment or research or anything like that. They were incorporating scientific research and experiments, but they weren't running one. They were trying to create a theme park. And so they cut corners on a lot of safety concerns. If they were proceeding with appropriate safety concerns, Hammond would have probably been dead before they had 5 dinosaurs. Because they would have wanted to study a lot of different things. But anyway, here we go. That is true of any great technology. Thank you, game, for making my point. I just went on the entire rant for no reason. You cut a man open to remove sick flesh, then there is a chance you kill him. Build a boat to explore a new land, and perhaps it sinks with you aboard. But surely these things make us better off, even though they sometimes fail. Okay. It doesn't let me do any more ask a question about that. What is this? This strange device seems to thrum with power. Thrum is a weird word. Moedred! Animancer scribbles furiously on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation. Can I help you? He forces a polite smile. Does the name Helig mean anything to you? What are you working on? My area of focus is wights. More specifically, how to cure them. What's a wight? A hollowborn who received a transplanted animal soul during infancy. Because giving a humanoid thing an animal soul is going to help a lot. One of Animancy's early efforts to cure the legacy. It was, if not a successful one. They show signs of developmental abnormalities throughout their childhood, but when they reach adolescence, they become aggressive, feral, but still victims in need of care. Transplanting animal souls into children seems like an odd solution. We, Animancers, were trying to do something about the crisis, better than letting it swallow a generation of children. And despite the controversy, it only went so far, because at first it seemed to work, because people called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings or their families. The complications don't begin until puberty, but that's when the incompatibilities between body and soul take shape. Children become violent, ravenous. But we paid dearly for our mistakes, I promise you. Angry mobs hunted down Animancers and burned down their homes, with them still inside as often as not. People took to calling it the cruel salvation, and many still loathe us for it, but we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged for our help, and we did the best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. Why do you study whites? What kind of question is that? Just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? Animancy has an answer here, I know it. It's simply a matter of working it out. I see. Does the name Helig mean anything to you? Helig? Is, a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animancy too. He worked at the sanitarium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. He left his post recently. I believe he was seeking new opportunities in the Valian republics. The advances they're making in animancy really are quite remarkable. Surely you've heard. He coughs again. Perhaps you haven't. Do you know a woman named Rowena? No, I don't get out of the sanitarium much. About Helig. As I said, he no longer works here. I've heard it differently. Just what are you... He slides his spectacles down his nose. Just what are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you it's very poor taste. I don't want to do the might thing. So you didn't sink a blade into his chest and dump him in the catacombs. He'll be relieved to hear it. How could... Oh, shoot! He was a madman. I skipped a piece of... He was a madman. Years of perverse experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls, and for what? He flayed the essence from Glenfathan indigents for his amusement. If the public had known half of his deeds, they'd have razed this place to the ground. That's what I thought. He used the sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame on all of us and put entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. Anyway, now you know the whole grisly story. Helig's soul returned to his corpse through sinister magic. He wants revenge, no doubt, but now you understand why I killed him, why someone had to. If he sent you, I can only hope I can convince you to return and slay him once and for all. Helig said you stole a grimoire from him? His grimoire? What's that madman been telling you? He said you kept it in that trunk over there. You've been takes the key with trembling hand, his eyes darting the trunk behind you. There's no grimoire here, and never intended. That wretched thing has an insatiable hunger for blood. Thank you for denying him. I hope I can convince you now to return and slay him once and for all. He has something I need. I don't know what he's promised you, but he's already lied to you about the grimoire. I don't have it. If what I've told you about that evil, deceitful man hasn't swayed you, I don't know what else will. Trust him at your own peril. Okay. Let's look at a voice from the past. Examine the trunk more closely. Nothing grabs. Whatever this animator keeps in here, he does not want anyone else to see. You'll need to find the key.
Greetings.
Not Helig. Huh. Huh. I wonder if I can do a quick load. Where is the... Well, I could do a quick load, but this is further along. Let's not bring up the key.
Certainly.
We'll go here. We'll have a conversation with her
How do
again.
you do?
Okay, that's everything. Okay. Now, we go over here. We're going to quick save, so we don't have to do that again. Unlock the trunk. The trunk holds no grimoires or treasure. Instead, you find yourself staring at the feral gaze and toothy maw of a twisted, monstrous creature. Its humanoid form has been overwhelmed by bony angles and terrible claws. At the start, you recognize the vague shape of a young girl beneath the elongated, malformed bones and grayish skin. It growls and leaps from the trunk, not towards you, but towards Moedred. Moedred has no time to scream before his throat is torn out. Ew! No wonder he's studying whites. His child was one. Oh. Agronic benediction? Quite a big copper pan. Unexpected results. The canine host was listless and unresponsive, but was determined that this was simply the implanted feline soul. Yarn resulted in vigorous stimulation. Huh! You put a cat soul into a dog's body. Okay. I did not slay Moedred. Unlocking this will require the proper key. Sometimes we get people in here trying to make trouble for the animancers. Why didn't you do anything when the white attacked the guy down in the... The edges of the cage are dented and scored with claw marks. Okay. I'm going to load the, where is that stem term? There it is. Because, yeah. I'm going to go... That white will probably end up killing him eventually anyway. But at least whites are not contagious.
Certainly.
Okay.
Welcome.
What are you working on? How could... Very, well, yes, I killed him. I killed that beast because nobody else had the spine for it. Okay, that's the bit I missed. Give him the key. Okay, I'll finish him. Good, I'm glad somebody finally will. I must return to my work. I wish you well. There we go. This is a lovely little side quest. It's taking me through 3 different areas. 4 if you include the next level of this as a separate area. Okay. Both the central HUD and combat log can be minimized if you wish to explore the world with only character portraits visible. Let's go this way. Oh, that's convenient. I could go to First Fires, but I want to go to Copper Lane. Fighters are extremely durable and among the most reliable damage dealers. They can be very effective at locking down a position and progressively wearing down even hard-to-hit enemies. Reliable, but not heavy damage dealers. Like they said, they're good for locking down a position and letting other people do the damage. That's what the game designed them for here. Blah, I cough. I really need to clean this keyboard. Okay, let's go back down into these catacombs. This video is coming to an end fairly soon. We've got about 4 minutes. If I remember correctly, Helgig, or whatever his name is the necromancer they ran into that caused their deaths before too. So he's bad news. I think a lot of the game is inching towards science bad type thing. Actually, the way this is going, it's making everything look bad. Religion looks bad. Science looks bad. Bad, 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 all around. Doesn't particularly make me happy. I'm one of those rare people that I kind of describe myself as a transhumanist Catholic. If you look at my fiction, a lot of it involves using science or magic to surpass the basic nature of being human, or adjusting the nature of what being human is. Let's do a quick save. Oh, again with the traps. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, I've got 2 minutes left on this video on this timer. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the video, and I'm going to do a new video because we're about to have a bit of a fight, I think.